Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Okay. No.
Christine, there is really something I must talk to you about.
Yes?
I've thought about this many times, and now I'm sure I must ask you. Would you?
Why, Nils, is this?
Would you do the pleasure of marrying me?
Why, I do. Yes, of course, it would please me greatly.
Oh, Christine, you have no idea how happy this has made me.
And I as well, Nils. We must start preparing right away.
Indeed, we must. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone, I would like to propose a toast to my soon-to-be wife, Christine.
Nora, is that really you? Is it really you?
He's back. Tell a friend.
You're Christine. I'm surprised you recognize me after all these years.
Well, I am certainly surprised to see you. Oh, but you haven't altered at all, Nora.
Haha. Yes, maybe not in appearance, but I certainly have changed since the time I left. Oh, but Christine, I've returned because of the marvelous news I've received. I give you my warmest congratulations.
Oh, good heavens, she's back. My dear Nora, how wonderful it is to see you again.
Wonderful it is indeed, Krogstad. Please do take good care of my dear Christine.
I wouldn't think of anything less. I would never think of anything less. Well, I must attend to the other guests, but I sincerely thank you for gracing us with your presence.
Come and sit with me, Nora. Of course, you don't know how much I missed you. I haven't heard from you. Where did you go all these years? I haven't heard from you at all since you left.
Well, I first must tell you how tragic it was when I learned of Dr. Ringstad.
But of course, he was a dear friend, was he not?
Certainly, why he was almost family, but aside from that, you may or may not have known that he left all of his remaining earnings to me.
I was aware.
So it was known. Well, anyhow, I immediately used that money I received from Dr. Ring.
Why, Nora, I hope you didn't spend all the money at once.
No, of course not. I've learned to subdue some of my spendthrift habits. And anyways, I used the money to travel to Italy. It was there that I decided to become a nurse.
You a nurse?
Couldn't I? Why not?
Well, nothing really. It's only right for you to do what pleases you.
Yes, though the main reason I traveled to Italy was in order to educate myself.
Educate yourself? How so?
Well, on myself, of course.
Now, Nora, couldn't you stay the night with us?
Oh, but I couldn't.
Oh, but of course you could. Please, for me, it's no problem at all.
Well, if you insist, but first. Would you care for one, Kirsten?
Oh, I, Nora, you really haven't changed. No, thank you. I'm quite full.
I suppose that means more for me than...
Nora, are you staying the night with us?
Seems I am.
Yes, very well then. I do believe we should head home now, though. The dinner is over and the night hours are almost up.
Yes, it is certainly getting late.
Christine, there's something that has been on my mind all these 5 years.
And whatever could that be?
Well, I've always wondered, how are my dolls? No, that's not right. How are my children doing?
Bob, Ivar, and Emmy?
Mm-hmm.
Well, why, they're doing just fine. Well, very well, Nora. I suppose I should let you know that your maid, what was her name again?
Do you mean Anne-Marie?
Oh, yes, that was it. Yes, well, shortly after your departure, she left as well, and knowing that your children couldn't possibly survive without a proper mother, Nils and I took them under our care.
Dear Christine, you've done that for me? You and Krogstad?
Yes, Nils and I.
And does Krogstad take part in raising them?
Well, not particularly, seeing as he's always busy with his work and all. But he does play with them when given the opportunity. Why?
Oh, it is nothing. I was just wondering if he was okay with such a tremendous favor.
Why, it was the least I could do for you, he knowing that he was perfectly fine with taking them. It was almost as they were a part of our family to begin with.
I see. Well, I must thank you for taking care of them these past years. I'm sure it must have been very difficult.
It was a pleasure to have someone to take care of, Nora. They're actually taking part in the wedding today.
Really?
I should be like this. I got here first, Ivar.
I don't think so, Bob. Right, Christine?
Boys, settle down. Now, why do you have to race to see me?
Because it's fun, especially when you win, like me.
I think you mean like I did.
I think you mean like I did.
Well, anyways, we have a question to ask you.
Yeah. Bob, Ivar, My dears, how are you? Why don't you recognize me?
Is that you, Mother?
Mother?
Yes, it is I, my sweet darlings. My boys, I have missed you so much. I can't even describe how happy I am seeing you again. How is the house? What about Emmy? Torvald? Has anything changed since I've left?
Oh, Mother, we have so many questions and yet so much to tell.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today in the sight of God to join together this man and this woman in holy matrimony, which is an honorable estate instituted of God in paradise, and into which holy estate these two persons present, come now to be joined. Therefore, if anyone can show any just cause why they may not lawfully be joined together, let them speak now or forever hold their peace.
I do! I object! I object. Objection! I object. I object.
Torvald! What are you doing here? Do you realize what you've just done?
Nora! Do you know how long it has been since I have seen you? Won't you come back to me, Nora?
What are you? Torvald, please, leave at once.
No, Matt! You cannot imagine how dreadful life has been without you, Nora. You have finished educating yourself, correct? The house has been awfully empty without you. Awfully empty. Awfully.
Because your little doll will no longer play with you?
Because I love you. I've missed you even more.
Torvald, I said this the night I left, and I will tell you now. I no longer love you. And you have never loved me. Why, Torvald, look at you. What pleases you is the feeling of being in love with me.
This again? Why, Nora, we can talk about this and all the serious things, you please. If you return to me. I just want you back, that's all.
But why? So you can manipulate me again? I no longer need you to toy with me, Torvald.
Just me, though. The family needs you as well.
Perhaps, but Torvald, Anne-Marie's left, and the children are no longer with you.
Yes, but...
Now, Torvald, why are you asking? I, a stranger, such things. We are no longer bound by any relationship. You see this? No ring.
But Nora!
And Torvald, worst of all, you've interrupted a marriage between a man and a woman, all for your own sake. What happens to the honor you so treasured? Do you not have any dignity?
But of course I do. I am a man.
And as a man, you will leave.
Well,
Goodbye, Torvald!
I see you. I can no longer slay you. I suppose this will be our last farewell. I shall leave you here then, my little skylark. I am only Nora.